as in good morning. My name is Daisy Griga, and you're listening to 89.9 WQTQ, live from Hartford, Connecticut. And this is Teen Takeover. Good morning, everyone. Make sure you guys join us every third Sunday. So we'll see you guys April 16th. And I'm here with my girl, Jamilia. What's up, Jamilia? Good morning.
One people, you know, so we're there again. This is our second show at WQTQ FM, Teen Takeover, guys. But before we talk about all the drama that we have for this radio show, let's recap from last show. Last show we talked about Christian Rock and Blueface.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about the Super Bowl with Rihanna pregnancy. Let's really get into it.
I mean, there was a lot we talked about last time. I had a lot of people talking to me like, this is a topic we need to talk about more, especially with their age. A lot of us sometimes don't understand what it is, a toxic relationship is, how it impacts us, not only in relationships, but in friendships. So I'm actually really glad we talked about that. But today we have a lot. Not only are we talking about different topics, and we have so much tea for you guys. We are so blessed to have the superintendent on as a special guest later on. So please stay tuned for that. Let's talk about how you texted in the group chat, talking about you were going to go to Home Depot.
Because I was like 5 minutes away. I saw Jonathan when I just came here. I saw him in the back. So I'm like, okay, I could go to Home Depot and then spin around and came back.
Oh, you think you got it like that? You think you could leave and just come back, and then we'll wait right here. The radio show don't wait, girl. All right, so we always like to start with a quote. So the quote of the day is, what you do makes a difference. And you have to decide what kind of difference you want to make. Jane Goodall. Tell us me about what that quote means to you.
I feel like, as she said, what you do make a difference. So you have to choose like what you want to do and how you do it to make a difference and how it impacts people in life.
I think sometimes we don't realize that what we do not only affects ourselves but those around us. Like, if you let certain situations defeat you, if you feel defeated by your shortcomings, that is going to set you for failure. You have to embrace everything you do, the people you meet, the lessons you learn, because that's all, whoever you believe in, that's all in the plan in the universe. So I'm really inspired by that. I know we went on live yesterday and we asked a couple people, what are some topics to talk about? And everyone was like, oh, we got to talk about all these types of things, especially at teen outreach.
Yeah, with the teen outreach, we got the prom dresses that they have for the teen outreach. We have the science fair.
We'll talk all about that later on,
we got
too.
a lot of teen outreach for you guys. So stay tuned, guys, so you can hear about all the teen outreach that we got for you guys in Hartford.
How hard was it for us to find tea time? How hard was it for us to find, good tea that is actually going to create some type of topic that we could, take from it?
Yeah. So we had to go on the internet and find good tea time that our generation would be interested in. Would be interested to talk about, like Hailey, Bieber, and Selena Gomez, like all the drama that's going on right now in our generation that our generation want to hear about.
I agree with, because even for Blueface and Krishan last segment, I was very hesitant for us to talk about that. That is such a serious topic because that opens the door to so much, to trauma, to all these different types of things. So I was thinking about it. How can we lighten up the segment but still create a purpose and a story? So I feel like we did good this time, and we're really excited to transition to our teen time. So for today's teen time that's too hot, we need to spill it. We're talking about the alleged feud between Hailey and Selena, which has blew up in recent weeks and is now back.
Yeah, so the Hailey Bieber and Selena Gomez, they're basically, Hailey Bieber is basically cyberbullying Selena Gomez on the internet. So that's what the real talk is going to be about, cyberbullying. So we're going to get into that when we reach the real talk. But why are you going to want to bully someone on the internet? To me, from my perspective, as far as I see, it's basically she want to be like Selena Gomez, because all this stuff with the tattoo and all the things that she's copying with Selena Gomez, it's given, I want to be Selena Gomez, but I can be her.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna get in my feelings for a second, and don't even cancel me for this. This is the second I opened it and I saw the difference. Okay, Justin Bieber was on an on and off relationship with Selena Gomez for 7 to 8 years.
And I saw that he married Hailey 6 months after.
He married Hailey 6 months after leaving Selena Gomez.
How you gonna marry somebody 6 months after if you're in
But do you know something? It seems like an arranged marriage, because Hailey Bieber's dad was always trying to get them together since he had his tours. She was always getting VIP tickets. She was a humongous fan. She became so obsessed with Selena Gomez to a point that when she went to rehab for health conditions and medication, she was actually at her home stalking to make sure Justin Bieber wasn't around.
It's really given that, because look, she got the tattoo of Selena Gomez. She had the same tattoo that Selena Gomez had on her ear. the clothes, the video that you sent me, the TikTok video,
Yes.
she's copying her clothes and all of that. So like, why would you want to be like somebody?
So it's not only that Hailey Bieber is trying to look like Selena Gomez to make Justin Bieber love her more.
Yeah.
She's also like downplaying her. She's constantly posting about her. She's making fun of her. And it's like, yeah, we'll get into that for real talk. But right now, to talk more about it, I mean, she has the same tattoos as her, the same outfits as her,
the same makeup artist. The in the TikTok video, the same makeup artist that Selena Gomez used for her makeup. Well, Selena Gomez's personal makeup artist, Hailey Bieber, used it.
I would
like,
never.
come on, like she's basically copying everything that Selena Gomez does.
And at this point, change your name to Selena Gomez.
Right.
And we could be biased. And we could be biased because
For
you know
real.
what? At this point, I always love to look at things from two ways. I looked at, you know, how is Hailey affected by this? And I try to find different ways to be more understanding regarding, you know, like, if it's one-sided. But now that I really think about it, it's like, you're trying to impersonate someone and you're mocking them on social media.
Which is not cute. With her, the condition that Selena Gomez have with the eyebrow stuff, like, she's basically mocking her, cyberbullying her on the internet.
It's annoying. It really is. But you know what? What I find funny is that she actually ended up going on a live, right, and posting an image, right, of Selena Gomez's laminated eyebrows and posting about it on TikTok and Instagram when she actually has lupus, which is, you know, a chronic condition. And she's making fun of her illnesses on social media. And guess what?
So
it's not only Hailey Bieber, it was Kylie Jenner as well.
Like, why would you, like, really go on social media and bully somebody for a disease that they have? It's not something that they could just take away or just, you know, like, go away with it like that. It's a illness that she can't help and she can't just fix it, like, tomorrow. Like, you can't just go on the internet and bully somebody over something that they can't fix.
So it's more than one celebrity. It's multiple. And after we talked about our toxic relationships, you know, last segment, and we talked a lot about, like, how social media plays a big role in our development as teenagers, because you see these, like, baddies club. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but there's baddies club. There's, like, all of these fighting videos, love and hip hop, and it's showing kids in this
origination, like,
yes, that it's normal to have toxic relationship, that it's normal to bully. Bully is not pushing you and taking your lunch money. That's not bullying. Bullying is more than that. And that
harassing people,
yes,
all of that.
harassing people. I don't know, and I take it serious because Selena Gomez is such an inspirational, such an inspiration, and such a great artist. She's so kind. She's donated so much of her money, and she has these health conditions that she's not afraid to share with the world. Yeah. She doesn't have to get plastic surgery to look beautiful. She doesn't have to wear makeup to feel that way.
And the fact that she is being vulnerable with it and showing her fans that she has these illness and she's not perfect. So for them to be coming on the internet and bullying her for something that she can't help is really sick, because anybody can wake up any day and get the disease that she has. 80 could wake up and get that disease. So why would you come on the internet and try to bully somebody for something that they can't help?
And through all of that she has been experiencing recently, she deactivated her TikTok. She's off social media right now. She still wished them well. She posted, I wish you all well, and I appreciate you guys, and I still have a lot of love for you guys.
That's to show you that she's a good person. So even if they're trying to bring her down, she's always going to rise.
And that's what I'm saying. It's those people that go through certain situations but never let that affect them.
For real.
That right there is like that resilience to be like, no matter what, like, I've been through worse. I've been, you know, I have a chronic disease. I've been through life or death. So you guys doing this on social media isn't going to affect me.
And it's the fact that they're ladies, like, it's women, man. We should be empowering each other.
We should be empowering
each other down. Like, we're all ladies. Like, bring up each other. Don't try to bring each other down because you don't like her because of this guy and that guy. Like, try to lift her up. Tell her something motivational to lift her spirit or something.
And for being Women's Month, I agree with you. I agree with you, because you know what, me and you talked about if we should do you know, Women's Month, or should we talk more about bullying, but it ties into both, because they're women defeating and trying to change the character of other women. It's bringing each other down. You should be, you know, putting a crown on the women around you. You should want them to succeed. You should be like, girl, you go after her. You do what you gotta do. Not sit here and try to make content and make views and get money from someone else's illnesses.
They think that everything that they post, like everything that they should post, it has to be something bad to bash somebody on the internet. Like, why the viral? Why empowering somebody and trying to motivate them and stuff like that? Why those videos can't go viral? Why it has to be the videos like with people bullying people, harassing people and stuff like that? Why are those why are those the videos that are going viral?
I agree with you, and that ties into our next segment, which is Real Talk, which we grab the dirt that we talk about from tea time and we transform it into a message so we could take home and learn from it. So now we're going to talk about cyberbullying. I wanted it to be bullying, but I realized there's so much different
Type of bullying.
exactly,
Yeah.
and cyberbullying just fits so much with our generation today.
Yeah, especially the online, bullying people online, harassing them. And it just doesn't have to be like people that you don't know. It could be your own friends cyberbullying you don't know. They could make a fake page on Instagram, get your number from Snapchat, anywhere, and bully you and make you feel bad about yourself. So it's not just about bullying in school, like pushing people in their locker and stuff like that. There's all different type of ways to bully somebody.
So let's talk about what people can do, right? So that when they are in the situation where someone is, making them feel less than or belittling them, they have not only courage but resilience, and they show these different factors that we learn about in school,
And
right?
confidence too.
What do people need to learn, right? And we can both talk about it. What do people need to learn so that when they're in a situation where they're bullied or they feel like the world's on their shoulders and everything's going on in their
I
life?
think like you shouldn't make it bother you. Like at the end of the day, everybody there's gonna be people that doesn't like you and people that always think bad about you. But it's how you handle it in the situation. Because a lot of time, like I'm on social media and somebody texts me and say they don't like this, I don't like that. Like that doesn't got nothing to do with you. I have on what I like and I know that I like it. Your opinion doesn't matter to me. Everybody's gonna have their own opinion and what they think. But does it affect me? I don't have to let it affect me. They probably think that what they're gonna say is gonna affect me in a certain way and make me don't know just this way and stuff like that. But it's how you handle it, how you handle the situation.
And I really hope people take from that, because at the end of the day, I like to think in my mind I have a container, right? If I store so much negativity, if I spend time on social media, if I spend time hating on somebody, oh, why she got this, why she got that, what it's going to do is you have no space for that positivity. Eliminate those toxic people in your life. Eliminate those thoughts of yourself that you can't do these things. So if anyone tries to bully you, you should be like, you know who I am? That boss mentality to say, do you know who I am?
Yeah, like,
not even to not even to be cocky.
Say doesn't gotta matter to me. If you think I'm better than you, that's your problem. You think I'm better than you. But anything that you gotta say about me, bad about me, that doesn't affect me. I don't care what you want to say about me.
I believe everyone should walk into a room and your presence should be felt.
Yes.
Like you walk in, you smile, people are gonna bully you, because since I was younger, I went through the same thing. It was like, oh, you're a teacher's pet, you want to do everything. No, I'm setting myself up so that when you guys are complaining and you have this life that is filled with negative posts and this negative energy, I'm gonna look at you and wish you well, because that could never be me.
And the same thing, to piggyback back on what we said about Hailey Bieber copying Selena Gomez, it's the same thing. Like they're probably trying to be you, and they can't be you. So the best way to go for them is to try to bully you or try to bring you down.
So what are some things, what factors play into bullying? I would say family trauma, right? Feeling like you're never heard at the house, or it could be school, right?
Or feeling like you're never good enough, like probably most likely family trauma, like what your parents say to you, because it's not just about friends trying to bully you. Some of these kids probably have parents bullying them, family members trying to bring them down, not giving them good advice, speaking a lot of negativity into them. So they grew up with that trauma and they don't know the difference, like how to be positive and stuff like that.
Another thing that goes into cyberbullying as well is please turn off your Snapchat maps.
Yes, because people can see your location.
Make your account private. I don't care about all them views you want. Save yourself. Please be mindful that yes, you want followers, I understand, but watch what you post, because if you are, showing so much cleavage and doing things you shouldn't be doing, these are things that people are going to judge of you. And you want to think, yeah, we're free, we could do what we want, but be mindful of your character. You know what I'm saying?
So
hold yourself to a higher expectation and standards. Yeah.
To know your worth.
Because if I see somebody, one of my friends, and they show anybody doing things she never doing, oh, I'm passing that. And I'm like, I look at you like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You want to be like, so we have to be mindful of our age, be mindful that we represent our families. It goes deeper than just ourselves.
Yeah, ourselves, represent our family. A lot of people around us, not just our family, but people in school, our teachers, like everything, like people around us. We represent everybody around us.
So for those that are now tuning in, this is 89.9 WQTQ. My name is Daisy Gruger, here with my girl Jamilia Johnson. The Superintendent will be on right next after this break, so stay tuned for that. And it is 11:20 o'clock, so we are super excited to have our superintendent here.
Yes. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
I am so proud to be here. Not because I'm here, but because of what I just heard and the conversation that you all were having.
Thank you so much, baby.
Okay, so we don't want to jump right into the questions. I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure this out. We don't want to jump right into the questions, but can we just ask you, so the first thing is, what services are provided for students who have mental health issues?
Yes, so we, in Hartford Public Schools, we are trying to focus on what we call the whole child, the whole student, the whole adolescent, the whole person.
Yeah.
And so to do that, we have to focus on services that address needs at various levels.
Correct.
So for example, we have what we call a framework that is tiered. Like think of like steps.
Yeah.
And so the first bottom tier are supports that we want all of our students to have opportunities to access. So for example, our social workers, our restorative circles, right? Those are things that everyone can access. But depending on the level of need, if a student or students have more needs, they'll get additional supports. And so they'll have groups, for example, like counseling groups or peer groups. And if the services or the supports are a little more intense in terms of need, then they get one-on-one support.
So is that for like every single age group from KP up?
It is from pre-K.
Pre-K?
Pre-K all the way, yes,
That's
to
good.
all of our grades, because we want to make sure that students, as they're going through their developmental process,
Yeah.
might have different needs. You were talking earlier about students needing to feel like, that no one is going to break their soul, for example, right? And so not everyone knows how to do that.
That's
And so we
true.
want to try to create conditions to support our young people.
So it's very interesting that it fits perfectly because our hero of the month was going to be Dr. Leslie Torres-Rodriguez, our superintendent. And it just happens to be that every segment that we do, we're going to have a hero of the month. And we do that because not every hero wears a cape. So we just want to say thank you for everything you do.
Oh, wow, thank you.
You're welcome. And so, are there alternative ways that the school can refer students who are not receiving services in school?
There are several ways. First, so we have clinics in some of our schools, but we also have a lot of our partners. That is one thing that I am so proud of our school system and across our district, where we have community-based providers that are in our schools. For example, Weaver has Blue Hills Civic, right? Our partners for Blue Hills Civic. And not only do they provide programs during the day, they can also make connections to clinicians
That's so
outside of the school. And we want not just our students, but our families, because oftentimes, right, how students show up is either students might withdraw, some students might show up behaviorally, whatever is going on, whether it's in young people's minds or in their hearts, right? Sometimes it shows up behaviorally, and so not everyone understands that there's a lot going on for young people, and so we want to make sure that they have access. And so referrals can be made by school staff, school social workers, our administrators, teachers can connect with the social worker, and even parents or caregivers can also make referrals.
And that's so true because I'm a part of the Blue Hills program, after school program, and the program itself has changed my attitude and my outlook in life in so much ways since I've joined that program. So it actually helps. It really worked.
How has it changed?
Okay, so my attitude, I could say my attitude like made me take more positively and think about things in a different light. Like from a negative light, think about it in a more positive light and stuff like that.
Daisy, you asked a question about like how can folks refer, but one thing that I want to also mention that, Jamelia, what you said made me think about it is, yes, referrals to outside agencies or additional services are important, but so is creating an environment across all of our schools in which students feel like they're seen, like they're valued, like they're safe physically, emotionally, that they're respected. And so, right, sometimes it requires those referrals, but oftentimes it just requires a relationship. A student feeling like they have a positive relationship with just one adult or with their peers.
I agree with
so
you.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have a lot of programs in our school that I'm grateful that we have. I know Weaver itself, though I don't do all the programs, I can't, but if I could,
That's so
Yeah,
true
you guys have a
because
lot of
in the after school program, like we do a check-in to see which color the kids are on, if they're in a positive mood or not. We start from purple to red. Red and orange is if you're in a bad mood or if you don't want to talk about that bad. And if they're in red or orange, we put them to a side and talk to them and ask if they're okay, know what's wrong and stuff like that to make sure they're okay.
And don't underestimate the power of just that check-in.
Yes.
That 1 minute check-in.
Mm-hmm.
What is teaching is self-awareness
Yeah.
and self-regulation. And when I speak to employers, for example, about some of the skills that they need in their future workforce, some of the things that I hear are collaboration and communication, but also self-awareness and regulation. So those are important skills, Jamelia, that you're practicing.
Thank you.
So, and this is a great question. If you had an unlimited budget, what would you do to strengthen the mental health services in the Harvard Public School system?
So I would add that I would say mental health and wellness, right? Because there's a continuum in mental health, and there are a lot of preventative and protective factors and opportunities that should be in place for students not to get to the other, right? The intense side of needing mental health supports. And so some of the, if I had an unlimited amount of resources,
Right.
resources doesn't necessarily mean money.
Mhm.
Resources can mean money, but it can mean people. It can also mean time. And so if we had more time in the day, potentially opportunities for students to do more project-based opportunities. I hear that from students all the time. You all remind me all the time. More opportunities for exactly what is happening right now.
Because we even be having senior meetings to talk about toxic relationship, piggyback of what we talked about from last year. We talk about toxic relationship, toxic friendship, all those stuff in a senior meeting. Like all the seniors sit down and they play a video and they ask the kids question how they feel about this and stuff like that.
And it is to get at what is relevant and important in your world,
Yeah.
right? Because oftentimes adults think that like we know what you all need, and let me tell you, just listening to that first segment that you all did, half the people that you mentioned, I'm like, ooh, I gotta get on with it. I don't know beyond the Bieber Gomez situation. I'm like, I need to find out what is trending, if you. I don't even know if that's even a word anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, trending. What's trending right now in our generation?
Yes, and so creating spaces and places that are safe that allow students not only to express how they feel, but to lead those conversations.
So true.
So we're going to continue talking, but anybody not tuning in, this 89.9 WQTQ, and this is Teen Takeover. So the next question we have is, are there more programs like ESS that are available to students?
So you said ESS, and ESS is one of those partnerships that is so important for us because ESS supports students that, remember I talked about the tiers, like the levels? So like a level 3 is a student that needs more support. And more regular support. So ESS is in our neighborhood middle schools and neighborhood high schools. So across 6 schools, and they are there throughout the entire day. And they are supporting students at any time throughout the day that they need support. And so it is not something that's available across all of our schools, but to your question, Daisy, about ESS, those structures can also be implemented across all of the schools so that students can have access to like their social worker, for example. And we have hired, for example, in the last 3 years, we hired 20 additional social workers.
Okay, so I just want to share with you, so it doesn't look like we're just talking funny. So we're still learning all this, which is a great experience. As we go, we're learning, right? So sometimes I find myself like, oh shoot, like this is too loud. So I put the mic a little bit up so we can hear each other clear, and she is breathing so loud. It sounds like Jamelia just took a nap in the middle of the superintendent's speech, and I know she's so attentive.
sorry.
I know we're paying
I'm
attention.
listening what she's saying, that's why.
So I just want you to know that we're still learning how to work on all this. So
And
please
if you
forgive
didn't
us.
know, by the way, there's a lot of science to the learning, and the best learning happens. Guess what? Guess how? As you are doing.
Yeah.
And as you're talking about it in the moment. So kudos to you.
Yeah, I didn't want to take you off track, but I'm like, totally stop
So
breathing.
back to what you're saying, with the help stuff with the kids, I feel like a lot of kids does not know about these stuff, and their parents say it's really good for us to be talking about these stuff because a lot of kids and their parents in the community don't know that they could get all these help in the school community. So it's a good topic.
I want to piggyback off of that. So we went on the Hartford School's website, and I saw so many things. I'm like, I didn't know we had this.
Because when we were looking for information to put out on the radio show, I'm like, Daisy, the best place to go is the Hartford Public website because all of the information is going to be there. Every single thing
Yeah, so I mean, we have to just, I mean, I know we have staff in our building who definitely send us emails
Yeah.
and keep us up to date with everything, but there's certain things that they're like, oh, this probably doesn't benefit you, but it actually does.
Yeah.
Like, you know, those things they're talking about going to the museum in Boston, all
Yeah,
these
for
things. I mean, a
kids
lot of kids in
outreach.
high school don't want to do that, but some do.
Yeah,
and it's
some do that love
percentage.
science and stuff like that. A lot of them probably don't even know that those opportunities are available for them. So for us to be talking about them, and if they're listening to this right now, they know that they could join that science fair stuff, like for the
And we'll
kids.
talk about that at Teen Outreach later on. But I want to ask you two more important questions. I want us to, you know, answer these. So what active partnerships and new initiatives are in place to combat post-COVID stress in students?
Yes, post-COVID, that is something, that is still something that we're trying to grapple with. You know, and I'll just say that nationally we have seen a rise in student behavior and social emotional learning needs after the pandemic. So 84% of public schools have agreed that the pandemic negatively impacted their students' behavioral development.
Yeah, because they're isolated for so long. Because everybody has to be inside, so they're not around people that much. So they're isolated. So yeah.
And developmental development in any age, at whether you're a 1-year-old or a 20-year-old, happens socially.
For real.
And so it is so important now that we're back together to make sure that students have all of the support. And so some of the partnerships and new initiatives we have, for example, the Village for Children and Families, Charter Oak Health Center, Catholic Charities. I mean, they are embedded in our schools. It is so important for us. Partnerships matter so much. They certainly matter for me as a leader. And so I want to make sure that our students, and by extension, their families, have access to some of these supports. We have also, for example, rooms. I don't know if in your schools you have like mindfulness. Some schools call them mindfulness rooms or reset rooms. We have some rooms that students can go to and just, you know, kind of chill for a minute.
Oh yes, I think we do have one of those on the first floor. I don't remember what they call it, but I think we do. Like if they're having a bad day, they could go in there and relax for a while and then go back to class when they're feeling better. I think we do have one here.
Right, creating time and creating space for folks to, whether they're students or adults, right? Because we adults need those opportunities as well.
So true.
Is the Hartford Public School integrating social emotional learning and wellness in the students' curriculum on a mandatory or optional basis?
It is, we don't like to think of it as mandatory, but we really are trying to work at that integration so that it is seamless. So that if you're in a science class, and if you're in a biology class, that while you're learning about the cell reproduction process, that you're able to do it in ways via activities and classroom lessons that, you know, allow you to engage in collaborative conversations with others, that allow you to take risks in your learning. All of that contributes to who you are as a person, to who you are as a student, to who you are as a friend, to who you are as a future employee. And so creating conditions, that's what I mean by integrating it, right? So that we can have healthy identity, so that we can develop ways to regulate our emotions, so that we can, show empathy and caring towards other people. That can happen, and it should be happening throughout all of our schools and throughout the way that, you know, teachers are creating their lessons.
And I think we're so lucky to have all these opportunities, because I know probably a lot of state or other community don't have all of these opportunities that we have in Hartford for our students and our staff. So we're really lucky to have all of these opportunities. So thank you guys for doing all of these stuff for us to make sure that we are healthy and okay in the school community. Like everything that you guys are doing for us, we really appreciate it.
Well, let me tell you, I always say that our students, and I'm biased, I will say that I am biased because I'm a product of Hartford Public Schools, and so I believe that our students deserve the very, very best. And so we still have a long ways to go, but you all
we're good right now.
are at the center of the decision making. So thank you for keeping us honest, and I even heard feedback. We got to do better. Already, mental note, we got to do better at communicating the supports and the activities and the programs that we have for our students.
Oh, yeah, the activities. I want to know what's happening, especially at other schools. Even traveling to other schools and seeing what it's like or what they do. That's a good one. More field trips.
Yeah.
But that comes with time, especially COVID messed a lot up. But I'm so grateful for what we have. We have to be lucky. Some schools are so strict. At least we all get to enjoy different opportunities and programs and pathways. And
yeah, as I said, we're really lucky to have all these opportunities.
Left.
Yes, sir. That's just one right. I love that song.
Right?
That song is so good. Like, it turns me up. I'm so glad that's our intro
Like,
song. You know what time it is. It is Did You Know time. We are about to put you guys onto things that you're like, no way. I know for teen time, you guys were like, no way that that's even happening. But now we got some different stuff. This time, Julia's going to go crazy because this is her topic right here. She called me, Daisy, did you know Spice just made a music video?
Like,
Tell
yeah,
them.
Spice dropped a music video, I think yesterday or the day before. Like, in the first part of the video, she's on an operating table.
Okay, so what were you thinking? Were you thinking she was pregnant?
Oh, when she posted the Instagram picture that she's pregnant, when I just saw like, I'm not sure because Spice is always doing something like this to trick people. So I'm like, and then I didn't see the line. You know that line you see when people's pregnant.
Okay, so you were being judgy. Okay,
Yes.
that's fine. That's fine. You can do that. You're entitled to your opinion. All right, I'm worried. So, talk to me about the music video. What happened in the music video? Because everyone's going crazy about Spice. It's trending everywhere.
Yeah, so she said it's like she's rebirthed, like her new self. This is her new self in the music video. I didn't watch all of it, but the first part just get me when she's on the operating table and the blood and she's talking about all the stuff that people are saying on social media bad about her and said that she went and do surgery and she almost died. She practically almost died on the operating table. So let's talk about what happened. What exactly happened?
Okay, so first let's tell everybody that Spice is explain who she is.
Spice is a Jamaican dancehall artist. If you don't know Spice, she's a Jamaican dancehall artist.
Here she goes. Here's the podcast. Everybody, if you don't understand, I'll translate what she said. Let me translate. She said, I'm like. So basically, she was doing reborning, basically coming back. So she had surgery, right?
Yeah. So she basically went to the Dominican Republic to get a breast implant. So when she got the breast implant and she's on her vacation now, she said when she's at the beach, she started vomiting up. So when she started vomiting
it up.
Sorry, the spot one.
Don't get too in detail though. Don't scare them off. Just say what happened to her.
Okay, so after she vomited, they had to rush her back to the hospital and cut her side. What exactly happened? Let me see what exactly happened.
I forgot what the word. It starts with the S, right?
Yeah.
But she basically she had skin disease and all these types of things.
Sepsis. She has sepsis. Okay. Yes. Her intestine rupture her intestine rupture. So she has sepsis while her intestine rupture. So I think you know when they do a tummy tuck and then after they do a tummy tuck they have to massage their body and stuff like that. Yeah. She did not do that afterwards. She said she didn't do it. So it started clumping up in her belly and she said she didn't have a problem with it because she loved her body no matter what. But she said it started affecting her when it started showing her clothes and like that. So if you get a BBL, guys, please do
No, guys, no, excuse me. Everybody in this age should not be doing that.
Okay,
please,
first of all,
we encourage you to love every part of yourself.
Part of your body, but
don't go get a BBL. No, that's not what we're enforcing. No.
Wait, if you do the massage stuff because what
oh
happened
my
to
God,
Spice
Jamie, you want us to be canceled
No,
at 17.
I'm just saying, but I can't. It happened to Spice. It could happen to anyone.
Because Spice is up here for you, right? And that ties into our next did you know? How much would you pay for a concert ticket to see Spice? What's the most you would pay?
Probably $200.
$200 for real? So you know that to go and see Drake's, it's $400, the cheapest?
That's what I don't understand because $400, I know you're gonna probably have to be in the lawn watching that. Like
it is.
Like it makes no sense to me. Like why am I gonna stand in the lawn where I can't see him up close or nothing? I have to go watch off a TV screen where I could sit at my house and watch it off the TV.
Right.
In my comfortable bed, I'm comfortable living room.
I'm comfortable bed.
The
audacity.
Come on.
But that's what I'm saying. Me and you, we did look at all the prices.
Right?
For SZA, it was like 300 something, the cheapest. For Drake, it's like 400 and something.
Crazy.
But the thing is, what people need to make sure before you get tickets, really research because Ticketmaster is robbing ya. They said the cheapest price was $1,200, and do you know how many people bought that off Ticketmaster to sit in the lawn? Do you know?
Like
you know all the.
Well, I can't get over the part that it's in the lawn.
You can't get over that part, but if you bring a chair, does it make it better?
No, it's in the
if you get comfortable, okay. So let me tell you this much. So I was on TikTok, and there was a bunch of parents saying me having to explain to my child while we're sitting in a box because I brought the Drake tickets, and they were making all of these joke videos, and I was like, no way, as a parent, you're gonna say I have the audacity to post why me explaining to my kid why we don't got no food on the table for 3 months because I bought the Drake.
That's what I feel like. They're going all of their way to buy these tickets and see these artists when they're basically broken themselves. and don't have no money for 3 months just to watch Drake when you can watch it on TV, and you're gonna sit in the lawn, makes no difference. If I'm not up and center, if I'm not right at the front of the stage right there, I'm not paying no money for that. Like, that's crazy.
But that's what I'm saying.
$700.
But you see, like if someone in our area, like A Boogie for instance, I want to just thank every single agent out there in LA who is bringing these artists to Hartford. I want to just take a second and say y'all would never hear this, but thank you, Lord. Do you know how many people have been coming? We had Baby that came. We had Dirk. We had Uzi. We had Chris Brown. We had Coi Leray. All these people are coming. And they weren't. I went to Xfinity Theater. My tickets were just like 88 or something like that. And that's okay. That's okay. I'm fine with being on the lawn. I'm blessed to be there.
Wait, how much did you say there?
88.
But that's
not hate. No, Jimmy, don't start. 88. 88.
But that's reasonable. Like, that's better than $200.
That's fine. And I'll pay. And if I had to pay the $200 for Beyonce, I'll do it.
I would not. I just can't spend so much money sitting in the lawn. No.
So who are your three top artists you'll pay the most money to go to a concert for?
Spice,
Shenseea,
and Cardi B.
Would you go to Kanye West Sunday church for that much money?
No.
No? Mm-mm. So you're denying the Lord on a Sunday to go to the mass?
The thing is, you don't need to pay to go to church to listen to the Lord. Like, you could go to the church for free. I'm not paying to go to Kanye West to listen to what he's saying, because I don't think all of them, like, really believe in the Lord. I could go to church by myself for free.
You're saying that these people are faking their religion? Don't get canceled, Jamie. Come on.
For real, I don't want to get canceled, but they should not put a price on the Lord, like, to pay to.
I agree with you.
Like,
that's
put
a good
price
one.
on the Lord?
What about Joel Osteen? Do you know, like, ministers? Like, any type of ministers that have, like, big arenas that people go to. Do you know if they pay to go to these things?
I really wonder.
Because why? In the Bible, it never says you should do that. Like, you should never have to pay to be with the Lord and receive the word.
Really receive the message. Like, what are you going to pay to receive the Lord's message? It could do it for free.
I agree with you. But listen, we wanted to extend this segment right here so we guys can talk more in depth about certain things in our community that we as teenagers should not let this opportunity flop. Please take advantage of everything we're sharing, whether you're a parent, a staff, a student, anything. Before we get into this is 89.9 WQTQ. This is Teen Takeover. My name is Daisy. I'm here with Jamilia. So this is our teen outreach.
All the teen outreach. Like, if you guys are parents or students in the Hartford district, these are some of the stuff that you guys can use for the teen outreach. So we got the prom giveaway that is Sunday, April the 2nd, 2023 from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Hartford City Hall, 550 Main Street, Hartford CT. So if you guys are going to prom this year and you guys want a free prom dress, they're keeping a prom giveaway.
But hold on. That's not all it says. We got dresses. They said accessories. They said makeup and more. Like, you didn't say that more in the ECT, the etc. You didn't give them all that. Right. It was not only dresses. It was the makeup. It was accessories. Like, they're gonna get you right.
Yeah.
So don't go tell don't go tell your mom you don't got no money for a dress. You better pull up. If you done good all year, reward yourself.
Yep.
Yes.
And then we have.
We will be putting that on our page, though. So anything we talk about these teen outreach, we're gonna put them on a collage and post them.
So remember to follow our page at Teen Takeover, so you guys just get all of these information.
Again, Instagram Teen Takeover. We'll have all these resources on our page. Please
and
take
our
advantage.
YouTube too at Teen Takeover.
Correct. So this is another one that we spoke about when the superintendent was on the show, which we want to touch base on, which we found kind of interesting.
Too. I forgot about Spotify. Yeah. Also follow us on Spotify too, guys.
So the next one that we're gonna be talking about, which we kind of forgot about, well, we didn't forget about, we touched base on, was the free trip to the Museum of Science. Talk about that one a little bit.
The free trip to it's a April vacation opportunity. So it's spring break in April from the 10th to the 14th. Registration will be open on the 3rd of the 19th, 2023, which is today. So guys, please, you guys could start registering for it from today.
So it's not from the 10th to the 14th. That's the break. It is Wednesday, April 12th. So please do not be in Boston expecting to stay there for those 4 days. You will be left alone. You do have school on Monday, so let's make sure we get them. No chronic absenteeism. I want everyone sitting in their seats. I need everyone in school. So please, I don't want to say an excuse that Daisy and Jamilia said to be out in Boston in the museum. Don't get our privileges provoked, please.
And the basketball one, did we put it?
So this one, okay, so yeah, that's March Madness. Yeah, that's something completely different. Yeah. So that one, I think, basically, was more of like schools going against each other and like attendance and all that, which we talked about last time. But this opportunity is different. So I talked about my hero of the month last month, which was Coach Moore, who was he was a Hartford High alumni coach and all these types of things, and I'm in his Athletes for Action and these programs for leadership. So Sundays, Saturdays, I'm on Zooms for leadership, talking about goal setting and personal growth. So he's actually looking for boys now to join his more basketball clinic, young men leadership academy. So please do not get this, don't misunderstand this. It's not for boys who play basketball. That's just who he is. It's more clinic. That's what he does. He's a basketball coach. But he also, is a keynote speaker, and he gives, all of these types of things. It's not only one thing. So please learn about the adults around you who are taking time to help you better yourself. So again, that will be on our page. It's for boys to learn personal development, leadership development, goal setting, expectations, and more. It'll be here at Weaver. He does it after school, once a week. Sometimes there's rewards. Most of the time there's rewards every month, but don't go for the reward. Go for what you're learning. Yeah, so please take advantage of these things in our community.
And we also have credit earning to earn college credit.
With Mr. Fuller.
Yeah, with Mr. Fuller.
So talk a little bit about that.
So if you guys want to earn college, take a college education course at Weaver. So explore careers in teaching, counseling, social work, and coaching admin. Become a leader in your community, promote social justice for the next generation. So if you guys are interested, these posters going to be on our Instagram page at Teen Takeover. So guys, please take advantage of all these.
Yeah, that's you're saving money. That's a free college credit. Please take advantage. The next one we're going to be talking about is this is my friend's mom on here. So that's amazing. So we have the Faces Community Conversations. So it says, after 2 very successful conversations, you scheduled a third community conversation on Thursday, March 30th, 2023 at 5 to 6 at Classical Magnet, 85 Woodland Street. And they're going to be talking about a bunch of topics. So please, again, follow our Instagram and watch them. But go on what's it called? Event something where you can get your tickets and it's free. Yeah. You get to be there. There's going to be they'll watch your kids. Free caretaking, is it? Free caretaking, right? Yeah. And then it'll be, dinner and all that served. But go there to see what's happening, how you can voice yourself, because parents matter, the community matters, voice yourself. Because one thing about our district, they always want to learn how we can better our environment. So let's take advantage of that as well.
I think we have one more. Apply for Capital Workforce Summer Youth Employment and Learning Program.
Yes. So I put this one down because I know that I don't want to say they're very booked, but they definitely wanted us to do it as fast as we can. So I don't want to risk it. But please go to Capital Workforce, and there's a lot of different job opportunities and skills that you learn from this. I know it's ranged by 14 to 21, I believe, or 23. So take advantage of that. It's booking up very fast. Schools all over are getting this, so even if you can't, still go on the page. They have other resources that will direct you to other places.
Guys, and if you want to see more teen outreach, you guys can also go on the Hartford Public website, and you guys, every single teen outreach stuff is on that website. So if you guys want to find teen outreach, please go on the Hartford Public website, and you guys will find all the teen outreach there.
Yeah, and so the last one, we kind of just want to remind everyone to just take a second and to, when you go to the Hartford Public Schools websites and you look at all these resources, take a second to talk to your counselor, talk to your social worker, your teachers. They get emails all the time. I know that when they be presenting, they're screaming here, ding, 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 ding. So they got everything.
Even the students too. Guys, please check your email, because I'm always getting email about all these opportunities. Like every time I go on my email, there's a new email. The superintendent's always sending email. So guys, please check your school email. I know some of y'all probably don't want to check your email.
Y'all can check your Instagram. Y'all can check your TikTok. You can check if someone left you on read and delivered, but you can't check your email.
Yeah, check your school email so you guys can get all these information and all these opportunities.
Another thing as well, the SATs are coming up. So for teen outreach, I don't want to get to as a teacher, but Khan Academy, all these things have these SAT programs set into play where you can go through and review and learn and practice. So as best as you can, use these, because your score does matter, and I hope everyone aspires to go to college, and this is a great way to even challenge yourself. Test taking is hard, so just challenge yourself. I know I have a whole schedule set into place, so every day I do about an hour of Khan Academy. It might be a little bit to some people, but when you're busy, it's a lot. So you could talk about the Weaver teams and their accomplishments.
The boy Weaver team went undefeated in CRLL.
The Weaver boys basketball team, not the Weaver team, because that'll be all of us.
The boys
we all made
boys
it.
basketball team went undefeated in
the crowd.
Yeah. Conference play finished with that. You know what? You really.
All right, I got it. No problem. The Weaver boys basketball team went undefeated in the Crow Conference, and they played and finished with an impressive lead of 18-0 record and an 18-2 overall, and won the Crow Conference tournament. So go Beavers.
Mm-hmm.
And the Weaver girls team went 12-3 in the Crow Conference and 14-6 overall, and won the Crow Conference tournaments. So go Weaver again, because here we are setting trends.
Mm-hmm.
Since I've been a Weaver athletes, we've been setting trend. Like, look at that book. I know my stats are not on max prep, but we went to the States. Don't play.
For real, we went so far this season. I was at the last game that they lost, but they did so
Oh, that
good.
was a great trip. We all took a trip to Griswold. It was amazing.
Yes, and the fam was.
Those are the moments that you hold with yourself to be like, when I get older, I want to tell my kids, like, these are the pictures. I want to get a Polaroid camera. I know this is off topic, but I want to get one. So we could take Polaroid pictures. You know what that is? Oh my God, Julia. You're making me feel old, and I'm younger than you. Like, do you know anything that's not an iPhone? Do you know what an Android is?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I just want to make
Android.
sure.
Like, girl, what are you talking about?
Okay, what type of small camera do you know? Because you do journalism and media, you have to know cameras. So you don't know Polaroid. I just want you to remember this. So you're saying you don't know a Polaroid camera. Okay, great. Next topic. I just want to remember that. So now for the last 5 minutes, we're going to recap on today's topics and everything we talked about, and kind of just touch base on some of those. Please follow our social medias, comment, shout outs. We always do Hero of the Month at the end of every segment. And today our Hero of the Month was Dr. Leslie Torres-Rodriguez, our superintendent, which we are so blessed to have. And we were going to put her regardless. So it just fit that she was here today.
Guys, if you guys have any topic that you guys want to hear us talk about, please message us on our social media platform at Teen Takeover. You can message us on Instagram. You could comment on our YouTube post. Just guys, remember to follow our social media platform.
Oh no, yesterday we went on live, right?
Yes, we're on live.
So we're gonna give you a quick story. We're on live yesterday. She was like, all right, so we're on FaceTime for like 3 hours, 2-3 hours, because what we were doing was like,
we were through the script and make sure
we went through the script. We talked about things. We figured out music. Aside from that, we also just had conversations. Sometimes it's important to be around people who want better for themselves, and we talk a lot about the friends you have around you. If you stay around negative energy, if you stay around people who belittle you, so be around someone that makes you laugh. We have a good connection where we can laugh about anything. We be on the phone and we're trying to go through the script and we just zoom out and we're talking about something else.
Yeah, they just be like, let's get back on topic.
I know. I was trying to fill out the paper and she was like, so did you see Spice video? Hold on. I'm like, oh my God, Amelia, no, not Spice for the 15th time this conversation. So, what are some topics we could talk about next time? I think we should have this conversation here.
For real, like.
What are some ideas you have?
I have to think about next topic.
Because we talked about a couple things. Well, we kind of talked about mental health in our within our district, but I feel like that's a really tough topic to talk about. And it covers so much. That's so broad. So we did cyberbullying last time. We did toxic relationships. So maybe we could do more about
toxic parents, because it's not just
but
about
that fits the
friends.
toxic. Yeah, okay.
It's not about just friends and people around you. You can talk about your parents, because it's not everybody parents want good for them. So we could talk about that too.
We can always talk about personal growth. I feel like that's such an important, because we have seminar, we have all these programs, and we have to sit around and talk about our life and all these good things. It gets boring when we do it so much, but the benefit of looking at these positives in your life, the benefit of looking at what is going well for you, that's what we need more of. It's not, all these negative things. I don't got a job, I don't got money, I can't play sports, I lost it. No, it's the benefit of you played through the season. You did all what you had to do. You fought hard. You went through your family triumph and you continue to push through. Like, this is what we need to learn.
Probably some of them don't even realize, like, I've been through so much stuff and I'm still right here. I'm still on top. Like, you have to notice, like, you went through all of this, but you're still here and you're still healthy and you're still okay. So some of you guys have to look into yourself and say, like, I really did this. I've accomplished this. Well, I probably didn't want to do it at the time, but I still done it and get it over with, and I'm here now.
Yeah, I find myself sometimes asking myself, like, I know growing up, people are like, oh, you're such a parent, you're such a mom, you're so boring, da-da-da. But now that I'm older, I'm so proud of myself for just, like, leaving the people behind me that were, like, so detrimental to my happiness.
Like, that's so draining. Like, having negative people around you, they're just, like, their energy alone.
You have to hold yourself, you have to hold yourself to a boss, and that's what we talk about all the time, is holding yourself to that boss mentality, that if you are in my circle, it's because you want better for yourself. We're going to eat together. The same way I say my name on the radio show, we say your name on the radio show, we say everyone's name on the radio show.
As Steve Harvey said, have people around you that want to push you forward and want to be like better for each other. Don't have people around you that want to pull you down and mix up on all that stuff. Like, don't want better for you.
Mm-hmm. That's why I don't know. I feel like when we talk about the radio show, like, our topics need to be something that me and you can rant about. I be looking at the time, we be talking, we be going, I'm like, damn, we gotta stop. Like, we get so deep in it because as this age, we're so passionate about these topics. We're so passionate about these topics. Sorry, I was looking at something. But I just wanted to say that I think today was
Really
touched a lot of
successful,
we
yes.
touched a lot of bases. We touched a lot of topics, and these are things that, again, go on our social media, you know, tell them our social medias and tell them where they can find
guys,
our stuff.
follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and Spotify at Teen Takeover. Remember, guys, follow us on Teen Takeover and send us any topics that you guys want to hear us talk about. You can comment on our YouTube page, comment on the video, DM us on Instagram, and tell us all the topics and stuff that you guys want to hear us
I want
talk
to take a
about.
second to thank our crew, everyone that's here today,
Yes.
from Jonathan to Leah to Liberty.
Mr. Thorpe,
Yes,
our
everybody.
program director.
Thank our building for letting us even be here, and Miss Connie. She's my goat, man. When I'm stuck here, Mr. Tom, everybody that's here for us. Like, we really appreciate you
And
guys.
guys, for the next show, we're probably gonna be shouting out small artists in the community. So if you're a small upcoming artist and you guys want to shout out on our next show, DM us or comment on our YouTube video. Make sure you guys comment or DM us so we could give you guys a shout out on the next show.
So this is 89.9 WQTQ. My name is Daisy Garriga, here with my girl Jamelia Johnson, and this is Teen Takeover. See you guys next time in April. Woo!